Welcome to part 7 of Modular Environment Design in Blender for Game Engines. This course is easy to follow, and even though I'm using hardops and box cutter, you should be fine in vanilla Blender if you know the basic tools. Now, if you don't know the basic tools, I would highly recommend our free course for beginners called Jumpstart Hard Surface in Blender. It will get you up to speed in a matter of days, saving you a lot of time and frustration. The link is in the video description. Like I said, the course is free. Now, if you get stuck during any of these courses, feel free to join our Discord channel with almost 4,000 people over there and a help section, so you should never get stuck again. Link is down below. Enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back, and in this one we're gonna be finishing the panels here, like an elevated area. And then the last video is gonna be probably the ceiling, because we still need to do a few things on the ceiling, and also wall panels, so we're gonna be doing that. So let's talk about the panels. So what I've done basically is I put the panels in a separate group. So I simply selected all the panels and put them in a separate group. You don't need to do this because you're not gonna be exporting the scene, where you're gonna be exporting these pieces. Okay, so that's what's important. I'm simply building a scene to show you what we're gonna be designing in Unity. But we're not gonna be exporting this, we're gonna exporting these. Okay, so but I'm just gonna organize them kind of so it's easy to switch them off and on, etc. So now what we need to do, this one needs to go to the walls. So walls, there we go. And we got doors here, as you can see, and the front panels. So this should be probably marked as front panels, including the seals in them. So scene collection, front windows. Okay, and let's turn it off. And then we have the doors. So we have all these, so we can select them like that, and we can mark them as doors. So doors, and hide them as well. And this is gonna be the floor. Now what's this? Oh, this should be going to the doors. So doors, boom. And then we have the floor. So let's hide a human, and we're just gonna simply select the floor, and new collection floor. Cool. So now we have everything organized, right? So we have the doors, front panels, walls, and then we have the backup is not important. I can put it somewhere here in the bottom. And the cartridge should be in collection too, because it's easy to turn it on and off. Scale reference can be somewhere in the bottom too, and the ceiling, somewhere in the bottom as well, because we're not really using that often. Okay, cool. So now we can save it. Now also what I've done is I have added the bevel to this bit. So the bevel is it's a one segmented bevel and weighted normals. Okay, and remove all the sharp edges from these elements. So every single element doesn't have sharp edges and it's beveled. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to finish this bit here, and also we need to create this kind of elevated area. So maybe we should do this first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab one of these floors and simply shift DZ and move it in here. And let me just grab a human. So scale reference. Let's grab a human. Let's grab a wall. Let's grab a floor, and let's grab this panel, and let's go here to side view. Okay, and the human. So there we go. Let's go to local and let's see. So this shouldn't be too tall, but I think this kind of a height, maybe it's okay. Maybe something like this, maybe this height, not too tall. And we're going to move this here to the side. So GX, and move it somewhere here, and maybe drop it a little bit lower. So GZ, maybe somewhere here, and we're going to extrude it into the room. So GX, sorry, and extrude it here, and drop it down like this. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do, right? Drop it down like this. And then we're going to apply scale, and we're going to bevel this. So we're going to bevel this with 6, I think is enough. Okay, so sharpen. And that's that. And now we can, sort of copy it across the room. So move it in here, so GY, and move it here. And then Shift D and X, or Y, sorry, and snap it here, and Shift R, Shift R, and Shift R, boom. So that's our, kind of elevated area, number 1. And then we can put this human on top here. So let's just go to local, and let's move it on top. In fact, I'm gonna duplicate this, so one is on top. Okay, and one is on the bottom, so you have a reference. So G, Shift C, and over here. Okay, cool. So we got 2 humans, and now we can finish this part here because we still need some, some elements of design. So I'm gonna grab this bit, and I'm going to extract this one. So Shift Curve Extract and hold Control. Do something like this. Grab these 2 elements here, so these 2 verts, and GX, sorry, and snap it here like that. And we're gonna create an element here in the back. This is gonna be one of the elements that we're gonna be using for texturing. So Shift D and move it somewhere here. Okay, that's gonna be another element for texturing. And then we're gonna be simply repeating as an instance, right? This one's gonna be somewhere here as well. So we're going to, not this axis, scale it on the other axis. So here, GX, and scale it like that. Okay, and we're going to apply it. So operations multiply, and we're going to move this one up a little bit. Okay, and basically bevel this. So 4 segments is okay, and here 4 segments is okay as well, and sharpen, and we can drop this behind. So let's grab these 2 and move it somewhere here behind it, and drop it down. So GZ, and drop it down. Come on. GZ, boom. I'll drop it lower actually, maybe somewhere here. Create something like this. And here on this side, I think this maybe should be going to the bottom. We need to solve this problem here somehow. Create some kind of a support for this floor here. So maybe instead of copying them like this, let me just delete that. We could actually drop it down. So let me see that. Let's create a loop here and bring it closer. So GX, and bring it somewhere here. Let me see that. That's good. Let's split this. Okay, we need to apply this. So operations and multiply, and we're simply going to select the bottom face and drop it down right here. So we got this kind of a situation going on. This one is a little bit too tall, so we're going to lift it. Okay, so GZ, and basically snap it to this one. So one more time. You want these elements to be separate because you don't want to have flexibility fixing them. So G, move it up here. That's good. And this one, I think it's a little bit clashing here, so we can move this a little bit more to the left. So there we go. That's perfect. And that's that. And we could round it up here as well. So mark sharpen, so unmark this, and we could create a kind of 4 segmented bevel here from this side. Okay, so this kind of a shape. Awesome. This one also could be beveled here, but before we do that, we need to combine these into one face. And same here. And then we can grab this one and either chamfer it or bevel it as well, like this, so it's kind of rounded. So if you look from outside, it's gonna look a bit rounded. This one doesn't matter because it's you can't see that. So all right, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to shift the Y and move it in here. So we got this element as well, and we're going to move Alt D these. So Alt D and Y, and then Shift R, Shift R, and Shift R. Boom. So that part is sorted. That looks good. That looks good from outside as well, you see. It makes sense now, okay? It could be some cables here, pipes, you know, some kind of generators, whatnot. The Z fighting, don't worry about it. And if you really wanted to go from outside, you can simply thicken the walls or make these a little bit, you know, narrower. And not gonna be worried about it because we're not going outside, okay? So now I'm gonna grab one of these and I'm going to grab the top of it, okay? So grab this one and grab the top of it. And unfortunately, I think I have to Shift D that and go to local mode because otherwise I'm gonna be duplicating everything. And then Shift Curve Extract, and let's curve extract this one and press Control. And then we can delete this one and grab this and we can narrow it down. So S, Y, and hold Control, and yeah, we can actually move it into the wall. So not just this one. G, Y, and boom, right, something like this. And this should go lower into the floor. So basically, let's grab this and let's follow the, you know, let's follow the angle here. Let's grab the whole edge here and G, and you know, boom, right? Okay, and what I need to do is grab this one, Shift D that, okay, then grab these two, go to local again, grab this floor, apply the modifier, and grab this one and GZ. And by the way, I think my screencast keys are not working. Sorry about that, guys. I think this add-on just got nuked when I fixed my Blender, but it's not really that complicated, so I think you're doing fine. Select this one, Q, and difference. Okay, so this is gonna cut my, you know, this bit here. So make it wider, and it's gonna cut it. Okay, and then we're gonna apply it. So operations and multiply, and we can, you know, move this one to cutters. Actually, I think it's gonna move to cutters by itself. Good. So we got that going on, and that's pretty cool. And of course we need to bevel this, right? So we're gonna bevel this, and we're gonna drop one segment, and you know, weighted normals, and make sure there are no sharps. Make it even smoother, like that, and weighted normals. Perfect. And now we can move it here. So Shift D and Y and hold Control and snap it somewhere there. Okay. Let's duplicate it across the scene. So Alt D and move it on Y here, and then we're gonna repeat that, I think. So Shift D, Y, and move it here, and we're gonna grab both of these and center them here. So GY, and gonna center them here in the middle, and grab this one, Shift D, Y, and move it in here. Okay, so you can, you know, you can instance these as well. These ones can be beveled as well, so we can, you know, apply a bevel and one segment and weighted normals, and we can select all these and this one and Control C and modifiers, and there's one more here, so let's not forget it. Cool. So we got this structure going on, which is pretty nice. These ones too could be cut, but you know, it doesn't matter really because they go in the floor. That's okay. But you could cut them if you wanted to. Now I'm gonna be running stairs on top of here, 2 sets of stairs. I grab a mesh and I grab a plane, and you know, drop this plane somewhere here and make this narrower. Okay, cannot be too wide because I mean too, you know, too crazy, because remember, you need to adjust it to the feet of the people. So drop it down, and you know, somewhere here, and there you go. And then we're gonna array this as X twice to array it up like this, and then we're going to skew that. I know you can do it through the H menu, but to be honest, I prefer to do it this way. So this should work, I think. It's not too steep. It's actually quite nice. We could create some interesting shape here. So we could solidify this. So let's add modifier and solidify it. Solidify it down. not too much, just a little bit, you know, these are stairs, so we need to apply the scale. Apply the scale, which will reset the array. So one more time, let's just array this here, there we go. Okay, and then we can play with these. Now we could make it a round stairs, or we could create like a kind of a chamfered one. So I think chamfer is going to be a bit more interesting. And then we're going to of course add a bevel, you know, one segmented bevel and weighted normals. And then we can create some kind of interesting design with, you know, with box cutters. So what we can do is grab here, go here, grab this, you know, this shape, and just run a regular box cut here. Okay, like this, boom. Okay, now run a box cut from the front and the bottom like this, just to make them a little bit less. One time, Shift V view, there we go. Run a cut here, so they're gonna be thinner. It's gonna look a little bit better. Let's do that, and then we can, you know, run a few more cuts here just for fun. So like this, and mirror them to the other side, and then we can apply it. So operations and let's multiply, and everything is peachy, right? And then what we can do is run sharpen and lower this bevel because it's a little bit insane. See here we got a problem with shading. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to bevel and turn off weighted normals and go with hard normals, because I think it's gonna be a bit better. So shading, hard normals, boom, sorted. So, you know, hard normals usually is better for these situations. This is a problem with a number of segments. There's nothing I can do about that. So, you know, this is basically a limitation of segmentation, basically, but, you know. Okay, and we can just, you know, array this here. So Shift D, Y, and we need to first go to operations and uniquify, and then GY and move it in here, boom, holding control. And these are your stairs, okay? So that's sorted. Another thing that we could do in this video is we could just create panels for the walls. And this is gonna be extremely easy, guys, because all we're gonna do is literally grab this panel and make it a bit more narrow. So watch this. I'm gonna just Shift D this and move it somewhere here. Okay, and I'm going to make it a bit more narrow. So I'm gonna remove this this edge here, and I'm going to scale it a little bit on X, so just a little bit. And I'm going to create a chamfer here, like this, okay? And then I'm going to bevel this, right? And I'm going to apply weighted normals, and I'm going to remove sharpens, right? And we're going to use this as a panel to decorate wall. I mean, kind of create divisions of on walls. Okay, so watch here. I'm gonna just dropping it like this, literally into the wall, in between the panels. Okay, so somewhere like here could be one, and then, you know, we could have another one somewhere here. Or, you know, maybe somewhere here. Boom. Okay, another panel. They can be irregular, as in, you know, not really, you don't need to be super decisive with them in terms of placement. There could be one here that could be smaller as well, you know, we could make smaller ones too. So we could drop one here, like this. This one is, not here, sorry, on this one. On this side, my bad, here, that's what I meant. Rotate it, and we could drop it somewhere here. Okay, and we could drop them inside here too, so we could drop them, you know, somewhere here, for example. We could drop, there's a window here, so we could drop one here. Boom, one panel here, or a little bit more in the, you know, kind of like in the center even. That's gonna work as well, like this. We could have some panels here as well. This one could be actually a little bit moved to the side, so, you know, GY, maybe here would be a little bit better. Kind of makes more sense. This one's kind of centered, so what we could do is, you know, move one here, and then create one more here, which I think is gonna look pretty cool. It's a little bit heavy, so we might reconsider this, but, you know, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And that basically breaks the monotony of walls and stuff, so it looks really cool. And I think that's it for this video, guys. In the next video we're gonna be finishing this ceiling, and we're gonna be creating panels for some panels here. I think some kind of panels that you can runs through this structure. They're gonna be supporting the windows. Should be looking really cool. I think we might actually move this a little bit to the back, so there's gonna be more space for the panels. We will see how it goes in the next video. Alright guys, well thanks for watching and see you in the next one.